Welcome back, YouTube, and thank you for joining us for another video. In today's episode, we are going to do a walkthrough on the Go Explore Overland rig. As always, my name is David.
And I'm Dara.
And together we are Go Explore Overland. So back in 2012, when my wife and I bought our Ram Power Wagon brand new, we had no idea that we'd ever be using it for overland adventures.
Quite frankly, we didn't even know what overlanding was.
Exactly. What we were looking for was a capable four-wheel drive, full-size vehicle that would take our family of four up to the mountains and to the snow. So if we wanted to go fishing or hiking or mountain biking or camping, and it worked out really well for us. Now, fast forward, my wife and I are empty nesters. We still love to get out and explore, and we've been introduced into overlanding, and we thought, you know what, we actually already have the best vehicle to meet our overlanding needs. Some of you might be wondering, well, what's the difference between a standard Ram 2500 and then the Power Wagon model? And that's a good question. So with the Power Wagon, what you'll get is an underbody skid plate. You'll get a factory worn 12,000 pound winch. You'll get front and rear lockers, electronic sway bar disconnect, a 2.5-inch factory lift, 33-inch off-road tires, 456 gears, and Bilstein shocks. So now let's take some time and walk around the Go Explore Overland rig and look at some of the modifications that we've made to it. As mentioned earlier, the Power Wagon comes with a complete underbody skid plate, but that does leave one weak area on the undercarriage, and that is that front diff cover. It's very thin material and it's prone to peel back if you hit it with a rock. So what we did is we put a Carly diff cover on there to protect that. We also replaced the front steering stabilizer with the Bilstein 5100. As mentioned earlier, this is the worn 12,000 pound winch. So what we did for illumination is we went with Harbor Freight, and these are the Road Shock Edge. These are their 6-inch. So far, we're extremely happy with them. They work very well. And we mounted that to a Randy Ellis light bar, and that's nice about that bar, it just bolts directly on there. Moving up to here, we have on the pillar, our ditch lights. These are Road Shock Edge 4-inch, and both the Road Shock Edge 4-inch and the 6-inch are a light flood combo. This is our 3.5 Midland Ghost antenna for our GMRS radio. These are again, Harbor Freight. These are 6-inch floodlights, and we mounted them both on the passenger and driver's side, and this gives us some illumination when we get to camp if we need to light up this area, and those have been working out really well. And then we have a Super Pacific X1 camper. I won't go into a whole lot of detail on the camper other than saying that we really enjoy it. We think it's suit our needs very well, but there's a lot of videos online that you guys can look up. Go to superpacific.com, go to their website, check out their YouTube channel. There's a lot of videos out there talking about the camper. I won't go into it in detail on this particular video. And then above that is our Super Shady 270 awning made by Yakima. As I mentioned earlier, the Power Wagon comes with 33-inch tires. And I don't know why Ram does that. They're too small. And most of us are upgrading to 35s or even 37s. So what we opted for was some 35s, or these are actually 315 70R17s. We went with the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss. So far, these tires have been amazing. Can't ask for a better tire. And because the offset on the original wheels would not work, we were getting them, they were rubbing pretty bad. We tried to keep the stock wheels and they just weren't working. So we upgraded to some methods, and these are the 704 HD in titanium. And then the other upgrade we did is we went to the Bilstein 5160 shocks with the reservoir. The ones that came on ours originally were, I think, with the Bilstein 4600s. And we wanted to get a better shock, so we went with the reservoirs, and that's on all four sides. I didn't want to have to try to change a tire by pulling this out from underneath. Although the 35-inch tire will fit up in that area, I just didn't want to have to deal with all of that. Plus, I wanted to carry a trasharoo and some extra fuel and stuff like that. So we went with a company called Rigged, and so far this thing has been awesome. It just latches on, swings open, and you can see we got our tire, we got our fuel. Here's our table that we use. It's got a cutting board, so we cook on here. As you can see now, we're protected under the elements here with why we put that awning, as I mentioned earlier. And then it just direct mounts right into the hitch. On the back here, I did put in some Baja Design lights since I was cutting into my bumper, and we're not planning on replacing the bumpers. I wanted to do some high-end lights because of that fabrication. So these are the S2 Sports and Floods. And then the camper comes with a third brake light, and it's just a red brake light. This one is made by a company called ASG Off-Road, and these two outer ones are actually amber, and they flash, so we can use them for chase lights. And the three on the inside are your brake lights. This is 3D printed, but you can also get billet aluminum from him if you like. And then these up here are for our awnings. The Super Pacific X1 doesn't come with awning poles and attachments, so these are also from ASG. Again, these are 3D printed, but you can get them in aluminum if you request. So in the back, I put some recovery gear. I just want to be able to get to them very quickly. Some saws and an axe. This is a storage bag I keep a lantern in here, and then a first aid kit. This is our go-to. It's got medications, Band-Aids, tape, and so on in this one. On this side of it, I've mounted the Dometic 11-liter water, and then up here is the touch nozzle for it to disperse the water. On this side here is my propane tank for when we cook, and then the bag in the back is the hose for that propane tank. These bags up on top, these are called dirt bags. This one is a mesh design. We use this to dry towels, wet clothes, shoes. We put them in here and let them air dry. And then these two that are up here, these bags we keep paper plates and utensils, and then some personal hygiene equipment over there on that side. I was very fortunate. I got a good friend of mine named Larry who gave me this deck system when he upgraded to the AU cab. And this thing's been working out fabulous. So I keep it, again, very simple. On this side here, I have some recovery gear, a chainsaw, tarp, tools. That's mainly what I keep in that right-hand drawer. And I do that because I don't access it when we're cooking. I don't want it to encumber and be in the way there. So on this one, this is where we have our pots and our pans. We have some utensils. We keep a fire can back here. We have a hammock. We have some tables. We have some extra chairs. Everything that we need to get into to prepare for food is in this one. So we can go from here over to there while we're cooking. And then I added some D-rings up on the top platform on here. So if we go on a longer trip and we need to carry some extra totes, I can just strap them down. And then on the tailgate here, we added a pull strap, so at night we can close the tailgate from inside with ease. And then this platform here is a ladder system that we attach to it so we can get in and out easy into the platform. To control our lights and our radio, we're using this 8 switch S-Pod. For navigation, we use the Garmin Overland. And then for emergencies, we use the Spot X. Directly below that, we have our 15-watt GMRS radio. Went ahead and did a homemade rear seat delete. And then we added a few totes in here. So these totes, these are actually small crates in these Ascend bags, and then a Plano box in the back. And what we store in here is food, dry goods mainly, some electronics, and some spare clothing. That's our 1,000-watt generator. And we use that to power our refrigerator when we're at camp and recharging electronic devices. And then we have 2 solar panels, 100 watt each, 2 of those that we take out if we need to charge it when we're at camp for a while. We can charge our generator by those. And then behind that is our Thor air compressor. So that's I think it's a dual piston Thor air compressor with the 4 hose, so we can inflate and deflate all 4 tires at the same time. So far, this thing's been awesome. We picked this up last year, 2024, at the Pacific Northwest Expo, Overland Expo, and that thing's been awesome. Behind that's the refrigerator. We'll show you that on the other side. We do have another fire extinguisher inside the cab. We have a fire starter kit, a bushcrafting knife, and then that first aid kit right there, that's for major incidences. It's got tourniquets and stop the bleeds, sucking chest wound, Israeli bandages, and so on. If a major accident or injury is to occur, that bag there is for. So this is our Set Power 45. It's a single zone. This thing's been working out really well. We picked up on Amazon. We weren't quite sure exactly how much we wanted to spend and how big we needed. So I bought that for the time being. And so far, it's been working out very well. So we're keeping it. Down below on this side, I got some chocks. So I chalk the tires when we get into camp. On the other side, there's a bag down there that has some recovery gear. Again, ease of access in case we break down or need to recover. I don't have to dig around in the deck system to grab it. I can just pull it out from underneath the seat and get my recovery straps right off the back there. Some of the future modifications that we're going to be doing with the vehicle, one is we're going to, again, I don't want to replace the bumpers, so we're going to pull the front and rear bumper off, the front grille off. We're going to have them stripped down, and then we're going to have them painted black. That will help mitigate any rust that I'm starting to get on them now, give me some longevity, and save us some money without having to go out and buy some new equipment. The other thing that we want to do is we want to do a solar power system. So maybe 200 to 400 watts on the roof, and then a dedicated battery in the back, and maybe a red arc to monitor all that. Again, that will be down the road, but that's one of the future upgrades that we want to do. But that's our truck in a nutshell. We've been very happy with it. It's been working out really well. It's paid for. I can't see going out right now to drop that coin that they're asking now for a new vehicle. It just, to us, just doesn't make any sense. So we're using what we have, and we're just enjoying getting out there and exploring this beautiful country that we have. Well, thank you guys for taking the time to watch our video. That wraps up the walkthrough of the Go Explore Overland rig. I do want to give a special shout out to my overland company that I use to modify my vehicle, and that is Backcountry Upfitters in Dalton Gardens, North Idaho, just right outside of Coeur d'Alene. And they are a wonderful company. If you're in the area and looking for a good overlanding company to work with, I highly recommend Backcountry Upfitters. So please remember to like and subscribe. We are a growing YouTube channel, and we appreciate any help that you can give us.